G'day, ladies and...
Rejoin.
Thank you.
2, mud spike, 2 o'clock. 2, mud spike, 2 o'clock.
Anything
2,
else?
mud spike, 3 o'clock.
Okay.
2, mud spike, 4 o'clock.
You done? Awesome. G'day, ladies and gents, and welcome back to DCS World with Mags, and welcome back to Mission 2 of the A-18C Hornet mini-campaign. And this is pretty cool. The HMD is now fully functional. I haven't had a chance to play with this yet. I knew that it had been added in, but I haven't actually been playing a lot of DCS over the last couple of weeks, which is actually the first thing I want to say. Apologies for not getting back to this campaign quite as quickly as I would have liked. It's been rather busy, but no time like the present to make up for that. Anyways, today's mission is pretty straightforward. Following the attack on the carrier group from the first mission, Russian forces have pushed down into Georgia. Now, Georgian forces are currently struggling under this attack, and we've been asked to come in and render assistance. So the strike package here consists of 3 parts. First is T.Flight, which consists of 4 F-14 Tomcats. Their job is to eliminate the air-to-air threats in the area, which will consist of MiG-29s. The second part of the strike package is Uzi-Flight. Uzi-Flight consists of 2 A-18C Hornets, and they are running a seed mission. As you can see, the F-14s are already engaging the MiG-29s in the target area. Now, the area itself is defended with mobile surface-to-air missile launchers and mobile radar-guided anti-aircraft artillery. So that's what Uzi-Flight will be taking care of and clearing the way for us to come in. We are the delivery boys. Again, 2 F-A-18 Hornets, and we're loaded up with Mk.II bombs. The Soviets are sending in a convoy of Mk.IIs loaded up with infantry to try and penetrate the Georgian front lines. And expect to hear a little bit of that on this mission. I do turn it down just a touch here. That is, that's the radar warning from the surface-to-air missile defenses. We're starting to come into the range where they're actually painting us. But yes, the Soviets are sending in a bunch of Mk.IIs loaded up with infantry. Our job is to destroy at least 50% of the convoy. Now, we do have forces on the ground at the location, and they will be dropping a flare to indicate the location of the Mk.IIs. Thank you, Wingman. I would never have guessed. And thank you again. Now, the flare will be launched in the area where the Mk.IIs will be, however, it will not give their exact location. The Mk.IIs themselves will be on the roads north and south of the indicated area, as well as having some in the fields nearby the smoke. Now, this mission comes with a special attack order for your wingman. You can order him to immediately attack the objective and then form up with you once he's deployed his ordnance, or you can order him to attack the target and immediately return to base. I will be taking the second option. What I'm going to be doing is issuing the attack order.
2, mud spike, 11 o'clock.
Thank you again, wingman. And then I'm going to make a dive for one of the roads. I'm going to deploy half of my ordnance on the eastmost road, then do a 180, come back around and deploy the rest on the westmost road, close to where the BMPs are parked on the fields. This should hit the tanks, or the BMPs, the transports that are approaching into the area. And it should hit the ones... God damn it. And it should hit the ones that are approaching into that area as well. Once that's complete, I'm going to bug out of the area, pick up altitude, swing back around, and flick myself into air-to-air mode and go defensive. Yes, I know. The way he keeps interrupting me, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing this, but I am going to go into air-to-air mode and start covering my wingman while he completes the objective. I'm going to be searching for any MiG-29s that the F-14s may have missed, or any reinforcements that will be coming in. I'll also be keeping an eye out for a number of Hind attack helicopters that are operating in the area that are armed with air-to-air weaponry. Now, at this point, we are just following the waypoints. I'm running a little bit to the south of the indicated flight path via the waypoints, just to give myself a little bit more clearance of where the surface-to-air missile emplacements will actually be. We're approaching waypoint 2. Waypoint 3 is the location of the attack. Now, what I'm actually listening for at the moment, as you can hear, we have a lot of beeping going on. The beeping is the RWR, letting me know that hostile radar is currently on the aircraft, so we are visible on somebody's scope. We are visible on somebody's scope. Now, this could be ground-based radar, this could be a hostile fighter. At the moment, I'm guessing it's probably the MiG-29 that is just up ahead of us. It's not close enough to provide any real threat at this point in time, and it is engaged with an F-14, or I should say was engaged with an F-14. Now it is shrapnel, which is actually what I was waiting for, that silence. What that tells me is that all hostile fighters in the area have been eliminated, or at the very least have been forced to shut down their own radars and go evasive, and the ground-based defense systems, whether or not it be mobile or fixed missile defense systems and radar-guided anti-aircraft artillery, currently has their radar disabled. So I can give the attack order and begin the strike.
Engaging target.
Now, it is important to note that I said disabled, not destroyed. Just because... well, there we go, radar has popped back up again. Just because the radar was shut down does not mean that the target has been destroyed. There could still be hostile aircraft in the area, there could still be active ground defences. It's the F-14's job to continually make sure those air defences or those fighters are not going to bother us on this strike. And it looks like that MiG-29 has gone again. And it's SEED's job to make sure that none of the ground installations feel comfortable with turning on the radars. And there it pops up again. Now hopefully SEED will come back in and will make them turn it off. Now the red smoke ahead of us down there is the indicator. I'm looking for the road directly in front of me. That's going to be my first strike point. The second one is going to be the one directly to the left on the other side of the field with the smoke. And that's the first bomb's gone. See, we've got a little bit of snowstorm going on here. And drop the external tanks. And just because we are being tracked by something, and I'm not sure where it's coming from at this point, we're going to pop some countermeasures as we exit out, just to make sure if anybody down there has any IR-guided missiles, any man-pads, for example, they've got something else to track other than me.
Engaging bandit.
Now that was an interesting call-out from my wingman. Engaging bandits, he's going to take a swing at whatever's floating around in the area. Now, RWR is telling us there's no fighters in the area, but we do know that there are attack helicopters down there. So he's probably making a pass at one of those, which is fine, because that keeps them busy while I'm making my second run, because they are armed with air-to-air missiles. We're lining up on the second road, almost there. Nose down.
Altitude. Altitude.
Contact air defense target, 10 o'clock, port 3.
We can see some of the vehicles on the road down there, so we drop them off. And with ordnance away, throttles to maximum, light the candles, and open up a gap. Once again, countermeasures on exit.
2, mud spike, 10 o'clock.
And we'll pick up some altitude here, get ourselves above the clouds. We've just gone supersonic. Do a 180 and put ourselves in defense mode while our wingman finishes off the mission objectives. Now, it did actually take a little while for my wingman to stop getting distracted by the bloody helicopters and actually start engaging the ground targets, but he's making his runs now, and we're keeping an eye out for the helicopters ourselves. I've also got the radar up and am scanning for active air-to-air threats, because we don't have a guarantee that all of those MiG-29s were eliminated. They've probably been forced out of the area, but it doesn't mean they won't end up coming back. And the call out there for guns, I'm not entirely sure what he was going for with those. Could have spotted some infantry on the ground. I don't think my wingman would have engaged the BMPs with cannon fire, although it's possible. Regardless, in the end, I ended up orbiting the area for about 4 to 5 minutes in total, waiting for my wingman to finish eliminating the ground targets. before we got the mission completed message. Now, as soon as that popped up, he immediately turned towards the carrier and started going home. I thought I had a bead on one of the hinds. In fact, I'm almost positive I saw one of the hinds moving across the top of the forest, so I flicked over to Sidewinders, come in low to try and see if I can get a bead on it, lock it up, and put it down. But unfortunately, it just disappeared. The hinds in this were hanging really low. I thought I was passing over them there, but it didn't seem to be. So at this point, the mission has been completed and the rest of the strike package is already leaving the area, so I no longer have air-to-air support from the F-14s, and the F-18s running seed are also exiting the area. So I'm out here on my lonesome. Time to put the nose towards the ocean and go home myself. Overall, a pretty clean mission. I don't think much of anything really went wrong here. Everything happened exactly as it should. The landings, on the other hand, were... well, nothing went wrong with the landings. There was just one small issue. I had to make 2 attempts at putting the Hornet down. Not because I really did anything wrong, I don't think. I just got a bit of a taste of what it's going to be like trying to land in multiplayer once the F-14 becomes available. Bloody AI does this to me every single goddamn time. Still, just fold her up, throttle up, and we go around again. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. As always, remember to check the video description down below for links to my social media, links to my Twitch, and links to my Discord. If you would like to come and join, talk, and perhaps join some of the co-op campaigns that I'm hoping to run in the very near future. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, remember to check out the link to my Patreon. It'll be getting a bit of an update very, very soon as well. And until next time, remember to click that like button if you do, share and subscribe if you would like to see more, and as always, fly smart, fly safe, and I will catch you in the skies.